Guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will look at count servers that communicate problem, which is from Leetcode number 1267. Let's now look at the problem statement. In this problem you are given a map of server center represented as a m by n integer matrix grid, where 1 means that on the cell there is a server and 0 means that there is no server. Two servers are said to communicate if they are on the same row or on the same column. Return the number of servers that communicate with any other server. Now let's look at an example. In this case, if we look at the third example and if we look at the first server present, then I need to find out if there are any other server in the same row or in the same column. So in the same column there is nobody else, but in the same row there is another server. Therefore this server becomes communicating. And if you look at the second server here, then definitely if the second server was present in the same row of the first server, then it can communicate with the other server as well. In the same column there is no server, but in the same row there is at least one server, therefore it also becomes communicating. For the same reason this third server becomes communicating because the fourth server is present in the same column. Fourth server becomes communicating because the third server is present in the same column. While if you look at the fifth server, in the same row or in the same column there is no other server, therefore this becomes non-communicating. So if you see, the total number of servers are 5, but 4 servers are only communicating and 1 server is non-communicating, and therefore you will see that the result is 4, right? That is, the total number of communicating servers are 4. Now what is the idea behind solving this problem? Now you can just iterate for every server, you can just iterate through the entire row and the entire column in order to find out if there is any other server, right? And what will be the length? It will be order of m plus n. M is the number of rows, n is the number of column, and for every item you will be doing it, so you can just multiply it with mn, because you have total number of cells as mn, because this matrix is mn matrix. So if you multiply this, it will take a lot of time, right? For every server you have to go for the entire row and for the entire column. So this is one approach and the brute force approach. But then if you apply your logic, then you will be able to come up with the thing that for any server, if you can just determine how many servers are present in this particular row. Let's call this row number 0, row number 1, row number 2 and row number 3. So if you count the number of the servers at each of these rows, here you have 2 servers, one server and one server. Then you will be able to determine that if you have more than one server for any of the row, then that means none of the servers in this row are going to be non-communicating. Everyone will be communicating, right? Because there are no blockers in between. So if you have more than one server in any row, they will always be communicating. So this makes these 2 servers communicating. Now you cannot determine just by looking at row if the other 3 servers are communicating or not communicating, right? So you have to also find out the frequency for the column. So if you look at column number 0, 1, 2, 3, find out the frequency. Here you have frequency 1, then you have frequency 2 and frequency 1. That means the number of servers in this particular column. So it says that all the servers in this particular column, in column number 2, are communicating because there are 2 servers here, which is greater than 1. So they can communicate with each other. So all the servers present in this column number 2, will be communicating. But what about the column number 0 and 1? Well, you cannot determine this. You have to look at the row value. So if you look at this server, the column value of this server is 1. That means there is only one server in column number 0, which is this server itself. So it cannot communicate with any other server in this column. But you have to look at the row count value, which is 2. That means there is another server in this row, right? So this means that this will become communicating. For the same reason, if you look at this server, then in this column, the column frequency is 1. That means there is no other server present in this column. So it cannot communicate with anybody in the column side. But on the row side, you just look at the frequency, it is 2. That means there is somebody else apart from this server with whom it can communicate. And that is why this also becomes a communicating server. If you look at the third server, then in the same row, the count is 1. So it cannot communicate with anybody in the row, but in the column side its frequency is 2. That means it can communicate with somebody else, and the same reason goes for this fourth server. But for the fifth server, you will see that in the row side the frequency is 1, the column side the frequency is 1. That means this is the only server present in this row and column, and that is why it cannot communicate with anybody else. So this becomes a non-communicating server. So I think the idea is pretty clear what we are going to do, right? So let's look at a dry run of our entire idea. So I will take a grid of size m by n, and in this case 4 by 4. So I have already marked all the indices. This is the pictorial representation where S represents the server location. So the first server is present at 0, 0. So what I will do is I will be counting the frequency of each of the server row wise and column wise. So for that reason I will be taking a row count, which is actually a frequency counter of m size for the number of rows, and the column count, which is of n size for counting the frequency for the number of columns, right? And initially the frequency will be 0. Now I will be iterating through the entire grid, and whenever I see a server, then I will be adding it to the total server count as well, and I will be incrementing the frequency for that particular row. So this first server is at row number 0. So at row 0 we have seen a server, and at column 0 as well we have seen a server. We have to also increment the total server, right? Now when we go to the next cell, then this is also a server because the value is 1. So row number 0 has seen another server, and column number 1 has seen a server, right? So the total server will also become 2. These are all not servers because these are 0 values. Now if you see a 1 value again, it is at row number 2. So at row number 2 you have seen a server, and at column number 1 you have seen another server. So this becomes 2, right? And the total server count becomes 3. Now this is not a server, this is a server at 2, 3. So at row number 2 you have seen another server, and at column number 3 you have seen a server, and the total server count becomes 4. Now these are all not servers. This is a server at 3, 2. So at row number 3 you have seen a server, and at column number 2 you have seen a server, and the total server count becomes 5. Okay, and now this is not a server, and we are done. So after parsing through this entire grid of size mn, it will take mn time to parse through it and count the frequency for all the rows and for all the columns, and keeping track of total servers. After that I will be parsing the grid again one more time, because whenever I see a server, now I will be able to say whether it will be a communicating or a non-communicating server. So whenever I see a non-communicating server, I will decrease the total number of servers, and by the end I will be getting to the total count of servers which are communicating, right? So from the total servers I will be removing the non-communicating server. So let's again reparse this entire grid. So if I do that, I will be going to 0, 0. This is a server, right? Now look at this 0th row. What is the row count? It is saying 2. That means there are 2 servers. So this will always be communicating. Okay, now let's go to 0, 1. Now for this, it is at row number 0. So at row number 0 we have count 2. That means there are 2 servers in this row. So this will also be communicating. These are all not the servers. Okay. Now when we see the next server, it is at 2, 1. So at row number 2, let's look at the row number 2. Now at row number 2 we have the count 2. That means this will also be communicating. And if you look at the next one, which is at 2, 3, then this is at row 2. So this will also be communicating, right? This will also be communicating. So there is no problem. If you go to the next row and to the next server 3, 2, now for this case, you will be checking that the row count of at 3 will be 1. That means there is nobody except for itself. And if the row count is 1, then we need to check the column count, because maybe somebody is present in the column. But if you look at the column count at column 2, then the column count is also 1. That means this is the only server present in its entire row and in its entire column. Then that means this becomes the non-communicating server. Okay, and therefore we will be decreasing the total server count by 1 to 4. Now after this there are no other servers. So at the end we will be returning the total server, which will say the total number of communicating server, and in this case answer will be 4, right? So if you are thinking that okay, when I was checking for the server, if the row count was greater than 1, then it was fine. I was not even looking at the column count, because the column count is not important. You have somebody to actually communicate in the same row, so why to check the column? Alright, the column will only be checked if the row count is exactly 1. It cannot be 0, right? If you are present in a row, then it cannot be 0. Now this step will also take mn time, and since this step is done after the first step of pre-processing, so this will be order of mn plus order of mn, right? And the space complexity will be order of m plus n, where m is the size of the row count, n is the size of the column count. So I hope this idea was clear. The time complexity will be mn, the space complexity will be m plus n. Let's now look at the code. If you are someone who is looking to prepare for top product based company within a limited time of just 3 months, then we have brought for you both the DSA and the system design live interview training program. The most important feature of this program is you get a filtered and condensed structured curriculum, in-depth discussion of all the topics, and my guarantee of your understanding, one-on-one guidance with me, and live weekend classes. To know more about the training, you can WhatsApp us on this given number. In this code, we are given the grid and I will find the number of rows and columns, and I will be taking the counter, the row counter and the column counter. So step 1 was to do the pre-processing to find the frequency of servers row wise and column wise. So I'll be iterating through the entire grid, and if the grid value is 1 at that place, then I will be incrementing the row count at I and the column count at j, and also I will be incrementing the total number of servers that we have seen. Once we are done with step 1 pre-processing, then we will again be reparsing the entire grid, and in this case to whatever is the total number of server, if I find that at a cell there is a server that is grid at ij is 1, and I find that the row count at I is 1 and the column count at j is also 1, that means this is the only server and there is no other server in the same row and in the same column. So that means this is a non-communicating server, and from the total server I will be subtracting a -1 value. So I am doing total servers minus minus, so that I am removing the non-communicating servers from the total server. And finally I will be returning the total server, which is the count of number of communicating servers. So I hope you were able to understand this approach. If you still have any doubt, then feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of this programming videos. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.